Hi there, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. Today I was going to do some more tea reviews, starting off with a bunch that I picked up at a local place when I was back home visiting my parents in Moncton, when I went up for my sister's wedding, and then another that was a request for a review. So to get started, the place that I ordered, the ones are from in Moncton, is called it's Down East Coffee. They do a variety of different coffee, tea related things, and I was there to meet with somebody and noticed that they had tea, because of course it's a place I never stopped in while I lived there, which means when I go back to visit, that's suddenly when I get to check out all these things. And they had their own tea, so I tried a couple of them. So the four that I got were Egyptian whole chamomile, Pai Mutan finest grade, which is a white tea, Jasmine silvertip, and a gunpowder temple of heaven pinhead. So I will start with the Egyptian chamomile. So they come packaged in a variety of different ones like this, and this one has a little window, so that's what it looks like. Its description is highest quality whole chamomile flowers. It is naturally calming and caffeine free and refreshing with a sweet aroma. So I guess the first thing for me is I find the chamomile flowers look a little weird, but I drink lots of tea that looks weird, so that was not particularly unusual, but that is a note for some people who are more used to something that, tea looks a certain way. This doesn't look like that. It smells like chamomile, like the flowers do. I found when I started steeping it, my note actually says, smells like wet pasta, with a hint of something else behind it. And then I started drinking it, and it is a lovely chamomile tea. And then I realized that, to me, that's what chamomile tea tastes like, wet pasta. So what this helped me to realize is that while it is a very nice chamomile tea, I don't like chamomile tea. It's a nice smell. I know I've used it in lotions and had it in hair products and things like that. So it's not that I dislike chamomile entirely, I just don't like it in tea form. So that said, if you really like chamomile, this may be one to check out. It's very high quality. It's very much, they are whole flowers. It's very clear what you're getting. And yeah, this was $5.50 Canadian for 40 grams. And it is a really nice chamomile tea. It's just not one that I'm going to get super excited about, because it's just not a flavor I'm super excited about. So the gunpowder temple of heaven pinhead is tightly rolled balls of green tea resembling gunpowder pellets described as temple of heaven. So this one isn't super descriptive. Gunpowder green tea is a pretty common and popular type of green tea. I'm just gonna grab my spoon here. I stuck it in with some makeup stuff behind the camera. And it kind of looks a little bit, this particular version looks, is that gonna focus? A little bit like mouse droppings, but that would be the tightly balled up gunpowder-y type tea. Again, smells like green tea. I found that it had a very strong, almost grassy green tea flavor, or green tea smell, sorry. It had a nice green tea flavor. It tastes like green tea. That's what it is. That's what it tastes like. I found it was nice. It had a slightly bitter note to it. Again, I don't sweeten any of my teas, so for people that's one way to overcome the bitterness if that's not something you like. I didn't find it was a bitterness that made it unpleasant, just that it was a little bit bitter. It's a green tea. It's not mixed with anything else. You're not getting anything else. But if you like green tea, this is a nice, strong flavor of green tea. Then look at the others. So the Pai Mutan finest grade. This is rare white tea with abundance of silver buds. Produce a light, sweet, smooth, delicate taste. And the tea allows for several infusions. You can see it in there. So again, this one's really big, leafy tea. This one. It smells like a very light tea. It was pleasant, it was light. It wasn't anything that I found super exciting. This one was $6 for 30 grams, so probably, I think, the most expensive of the ones I got while I was in Moncton. I don't know that it's one that for me was one I do again, or that was anything that was worth really getting too excited about, but it was a nice tea. The one I got most excited about for me was the Jasmine Silvertip. So this is a fine quality China green tea scented with jasmine flowers, very light, sweet, and delicate. So I will show you what this one looks like. Already I love the smell of this. So let me see, I don't know whether I can get this. I find this one, so that's what this one looks like. This one smells amazing. This one actually smells more like jasmine than it does like tea. I have a soft spot for jasmine green tea. It is one of my all-time favorite combinations. It is one of the combinations that got me into tea in any kind of a serious way. I'm not really sure how I ended up with them. I think I just saw them on the internet and thought they were cool. What they were called dragon pearls, so they were green tea jasmine balls, and you could just throw them in little cups, and I ended up with these cute little Japanese style teacups with these little dragon balls, and when I was a grad student I would drink them, and they were the first thing that really helped me to see the way that tea can have a really lovely flavor on its own. It's not just this strong bitter drink, because I had a tendency to just drink it black and brew it strong, but it had nuances of flavor. It could be very sweet and refreshing and lovely. So this is a really nice jasmine green tea. It's one that, it was delicious. It was one I was really eager to drink and make more of. It's one of my all-time favorite combos. I have a feeling at some point I will do a video dedicated just to the different jasmine green teas that I have and what I like best about each one of them. But this is a really good one. So this is one that I would absolutely recommend for anyone who wants to try that flavor combination or likes it. And this one was $4.50 for 40 grams. So that's the Jasmine Silvertip from the Down East Coffee Company. See if I can, and there it is. It has a very light look to it. It's what I'm drinking right now. But it's really, really nice. That one I'm excited about. That one I will most likely get again. I'm not so sure about any of the other ones, but they weren't bad, but they were similar enough to stuff I already have, or just kind of weren't my thing. So they're probably not ones I would get again, but worth a try, especially if you're into local places. This is, for me, local. It's a maritime independent one, so worth giving a try to. So the one that I was asked to review, and I will have to look up the name, I mentioned that beforehand and forgot, of the individual who asked in the comments about the David's Tea Glitter and Gold. So I went to David's Tea, got it, which means with their summer sale that's on and a bunch of other stuff, I ended up with 100 grams of it, ended up with a new tea, so nice white tea tin. I have a problem with tins. This one is black tea. It's sweet spiced black tea filled with gold star-shaped sprinkles. Talk about star power. So it smells really nice. It has, I'm not sure if it's so much a Christmassy, but like a spicy, caramelly kind of smell to it. And if I show you, there we go. You'll see there's one of the stars. There's some of the other stuff. This one is sweetened on its own. So it's Chinese black tea, lemon peel, sugar sprinkles, sugar, cloves, and natural and artificial flavoring. So the cloves is pretty much to me what smells like Christmas, and the lemon peel and the sugar. So this one is sweetened on its own, so I don't sweeten it, obviously, and I'm okay with drinking teas that aren't sweetened, but this one has its sweetness already included. So for this one, again, I found it, the cloves part and the other, whatever the artificial and natural flavorings are, reminded me of Christmas. It's my husband, who doesn't like tea. I had gone into the store to get it, and then I left him in the car while I went to the bookstore, and he just kept opening it and smelling it and closing it and opening it, smelling it and closing it, and he really was excited about it and even wanted to taste it, which is really unusual because he doesn't like tea. I don't think he ended up drinking any of it, but he kept talking about it, and he really liked the smell. So it has a really appealing smell to it. When drinking it, it was smooth. I could taste the sweetness, but it was still well balanced. I find that because I tend to like to drink them unsweetened, sometimes I don't like the sweet ones. I find it overpowering, but I did find this was nice and added to the flavor. And it had a very creamy caramel kind of flavor to it. So I really liked the Glitter and Gold. I found it was a really nice black tea. I found it was nice. The sweetness in it is well balanced, it's not overpowering, and it added to the tea. So definitely one that I will drink again, and one that anyone who likes black tea, likes things with a little bit of sweetness to them, would probably enjoy. So those are the ones that I had to review for this one. A couple other things I want to mention. I apologize, my face is kind of puffy and weird. It's my allergies have been all acting up, and we had a pretty big storm yesterday, and I'm not usually terribly sensitive to them, but that must have been what was going on, and I had wicked headaches for the last couple of days that only eased up today. So I'm all kind of poofy and weird, but I also just scrubbed my lips because they were not so happy, so they look a little funny, but this is what I use. I love the Lush lip scrubs, and especially this one, which I will probably use up before Christmas comes around again and that flavor is available. But this one tastes really good and doesn't taste soapy like some of the other ones do. But this one was more tea related. This is the tea infused lip butter clean of tarts from David's Tea. I find it's really nice and moisturizing. It isn't one that I find really helps if my lips are damaged and I need to do any repair on them, but I find it is a nice, it has a nice scent, it goes on really nice, and yeah, and I like it as a lip butter. Yeah, so those are my things for today. Other stuff that's going on for the most part has just been work and knitting. So I just finished a pie shawl. I'm working on designing a pie shawl, so that's been good. There's been lots of pull things back, do them over again, but so far it is progressing. I'm in kind of that last big section of patterning before I get to the edging, and I think I figured out what I want to do with that. It's sort of medieval shield inspired, so there's a lot of different bands within it as I'm trying to draw from that inspiration. So we'll see once it's done how it actually turned out, and yeah, so that's what's been keeping me busy, because obviously no makeup with the allergies being the way they are. Anyway, I hope you had a great day, and if you have any other teas that you'd like to hear about, if you have tried these ones and agree, tried these ones you don't agree, if you'd like to see that Jasmine green tea video anytime soon, let me know in the comments, and have a great day. Cheers!